camera. What up, fam? Alright, so, I know it's been a minute, and you'll have to pardon me, I've got a bit of a cold here. I don't know if it's a cold, I know I'm getting over it, though. I hope this thing's close enough or far enough away. Anyways, been a minute, and just been busy, you know, spending a lot of time with my girl, and working and stuff, so haven't really had a lot of time to make many videos as I'd like. But something that I saw last night on CNN really prompted me to have to sit down and make this video. And I tried last night, and I just couldn't get the words out right. I was tired, I was worn out. My medication was fucking with my head, so it was just a matter of, you know, the words didn't come out right. So I kind of wiped it all out and said, fuck it, I'm just going to do it in the morning. So here it is. Now, on CNN last night, I see this headline, and it says, I'm spiritual but not religious. And I'm like, you know, that's me. That's how I feel. When people ask me all the time, you know, well, what religion are you? And I always try to tell them that I'm not religious. You know, people will say it all the time, you're religious. No, because to me, religion is an organized group of people who, and I'm going to put this bluntly, who take advantage of spirituality and faith and things like that to their own advantage. You know, they take advantage of that, they use that. And so I'm reading through this story, and at first I thought, maybe this guy's a minister, maybe he's, I don't know. But CNN has their belief blog, and I like reading some of the stuff that's on there because some of it gets very interesting. I apologize when I'm moving here and putting my shoes on, getting ready to leave for work. But when I started reading this, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Well, then I pull up the actual story, and the whole headline shows up. And my take, I'm spiritual but not religious, is a cop-out. And I thought to myself, you fucking prick. You prick. Because the whole story is about how it's almost like he's saying you don't take responsibility. You don't own who you are when you say you're spiritual and not religious. The fact is that religion, and that's the thing, religion is a church. Religion is following one methodology or one ideology and saying, this is the only truth, this is the only thing that is real. Every other idea, every other thought process is wrong. And that is why so many, you know, he talks about the younger generation of people, and that's why so many people now say that they are spiritual and not religious. And I grew up in a very, very, very Christian environment. My mom was a diehard Christian. She, you know, my mother's side of the family, a lot of my father's side of my family, all very much religious, do follow a specific religion, and you know, I don't begrudge them that, because you know, it's all about belief. And this story, pardon me, this story just angered me so much, because what he's saying is that to say that you're spiritual and not religious is a cop-out so that you can have your own way of thinking. What the fuck is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I believe, and I'm going to say it, I truly believe there is a God, and I truly believe that at the end of this life, we go forward to something else. Do I know if it's heaven? Do I know if it's Shangri-La? Do I know if it's reincarnation? No, I don't. And I used to think that I knew exactly what was going to happen at the end of my life. But now I know that there's so much more out there to question and wonder and think about. And growing up in a religious house, or in a religion, involved in a religion, I learned a lot. And I not only was involved with we started out as being part of a Baptist church, and then we middle of my childhood, we were non-denominational, I suppose. And then kind of moved, there was even a time when we involved ourselves in the Mormon church. And all of them, I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are some wonderful, wonderful people who are involved in religion and are very religious. And I will never badmouth the people as individuals, but the truth be told, religion itself, not spirituality, not belief, but religion has destroyed true faith and true free thinking and true belief, because it's come to a point where these religious organizations say you have to believe this way. And it's just like, and I'm not just talking about Christianity, and I'm not talking about just Judaism, and I'm not just talking about Islam, and I'm not just talking about Hindu, and I'm not just talking about any of those that are true faith religions. I'm talking about every religion on the face of this planet. There is not one religious organization that does not preach some kind of intolerance towards other beliefs. And that's sad to me. That's very sad, because as a whole, we are human, and no matter what our beliefs, we should be able to have that faith and have that belief and be an individual. And not everyone has to agree, but it would work so much better if everyone could respect that. And reading this story, I just got angrier and angrier. And spiritual but not religious being a cop-out. It's not a cop-out. It's taking hold of what you feel and what you believe and the faith you have, and saying, these organizations, these religions have completely destroyed faith. And I want my own faith. I want my own belief. I've always said it's between me and God, and the fact is that every religion has some kind of higher power, has some kind of deity, I suppose. But the fact is that, whether it's Allah or Vishnu or God or whoever it is, whatever the word or whatever the deity they represent is, it's all got to do with your own belief and your own faith. And spirituality can be an amazing thing. It really can. I follow some Christian ideologies. I follow a lot of Buddhist ideologies. There's even ideologies that I truly follow that are Muslim as well. And I guess because I pick and choose from what I see. But I can't say I follow this religion or I follow that religion, because every one of them preaches intolerance. They preach something negative, not along with, but almost above the positive stuff. Especially like Catholicism. No matter what you do, no matter who you are in that church, it seems like you're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell no matter what you do. You're going to be punished. You have to. And most religions do this. It's not just Catholicism, but we suffer so that we can get further. And that is not. I don't believe that the God, the higher power that I believe in, I don't believe he wants us to suffer. I don't believe that entity wants us to suffer. I believe that higher power wants us to live and to be a good person and to to love our fellow man. And that, you know, that shouldn't even have anything to do with religion. That should just be human nature. And it's not. And where does this all come from? Where does it go? Like war and all these things. We all know that most of them are fought over religious beliefs. And that is why. That is why so many people are stepping away and saying, I have my beliefs in God. I have the way I believe. But I'm not going to be part of a religious practice because this is what has destroyed so many things in the first place. And, you know, I know this Ellen Miller on CNN will never ever see my video and will never ever hear what I have to say. But I'm going to put the link in the story below. And I just, you know, whether it be belief or even your own non-belief, because there are atheists who are spiritual because they have a way of thinking and a way of acting and a way of talking, and they have a belief in what they do. You know, hardcore atheists, I don't consider that spiritualism, but even a belief in nothing is some kind of spirituality to you, you know, and that's what's important. So don't ever let anyone tell you that spirituality is a bad thing. Religion, I'd like to say that there's some positive aspects of it, which there are, but the fact is that the intolerance and the destruction of overall faith has brought religion to a point where it's shameful, and that's sad. In any case, I really wanted to get that out there. It was all trapped in my head, and I hope it made sense. You know, definitely don't hesitate. Leave me some feedback. Video responses would be great. I'd like to hear your thoughts and ideas. I wish there was a way the Amazing Atheist could hear this, because even though I don't agree with him and a lot of the things he says, there are things that I do respect about him because he speaks his mind. Sometimes I think he goes overboard. Sometimes I think he's on the attack, but sometimes I realize why. So I know. But in any case, yeah, you know, comments, video responses are awesome. But I really want to know what you guys think of this. Read the story and tell me what you think. Those guys that are out there that are, you know, if you don't have any belief, or if you believe you're spiritual but definitely don't agree with any kind of religion, yeah, definitely, I want to hear about it. I want to hear what you think. But I'm out of here. Gonna head off to work. Hopefully spend time with my girl tonight. Peace. Much family love.